Hereward, call of truth!
You sure it's safe for him to be alone in the cognitive world?
Safe or not, he insisted on doing this alone. He's got that massive arrow-shooting monster by his side. And more where that came from. He should be fine.
He's been in there for a while.
Why isn't he back yet? He was only supposed to use the ability on himself and wake up. Is he okay, Dr. Ishiki?
His blood pressure and heart rate are a little high, but nothing concerning. According to the motion data, he hasn't left the cinema safe room.
I can't shake the feeling that Maruki did something to him back then. When he came back, something was off, even if he denies it.
But that doesn't make sense, right? He's the one with the power to set everything straight.
Whether it's logical or not, we'll have answers soon.
Indeed. Can you keep an eye on him for a moment? I need to check something with one of my assistants before he leaves for the day.
Don't worry, we're glued to him.
I won't be long.
No one's going to call you out if you sketch him while he's sleeping, Inari.
No. What inspires me at this moment is not the aesthetics of the scene.
Oh, that's a first?
It's fascinating, but also unsettling, that Goro can dismantle Maruki's distortions of people's cognition. It means he can interfere with people's minds, no matter how well-intentioned.
He had a similar power last year, didn't he? The psychotic breakdowns, they made people go insane.
The power Loki had over shadows was dangerous and unique. It came from Goro's hatred of society. Now it's just as unique, but born from his need to decide the truth. It works in our favor.
None of us could ever influence someone's mind like that. We could have caused mental shutdowns if we weren't careful, but how is Goro capable of affecting people so deeply?
It's theoretical, but here's the short version. Goro's old power, Call of Chaos, basically shoved their shadow's raw impulses into someone's conscious mind. Shadows are the embodiment of our darkest fears and grudges, so forcing that negativity onto someone all at once is like snapping the tension wire in their brain. Their emotions overload, their self-control shatters, and they rampage without even knowing it.
Talk about creepy. His victims never stood a chance.
I remember hearing about one of them who suddenly took his clothes off in the middle of his workplace. I wonder if Goro expected that particular outcome.
Please never change, Inari. What about Neo's new power, then?
Call of Truth and Call of Chaos work in a similar way, if you think about it. But instead of removing society's shackles on people's raw desires, his new power cuts through the lies wrapped around their minds. It sends a jolt of clarity that shatters illusions and helps people see things as they really are, right down to their true selves and all their buried memories.
Furthermore, it protects the receiver from further manipulation. It's as if Goro's lifelong struggle against deceit has reached a kind of epitome.
Didn't Akira have a similar ability? He was a wild card too, right? What was his special power?
His wasn't like Goro's. Joker could expertly negotiate with shadows, convincing them to join us and fight. He took on hundreds of personas, which reflected who he truly was, shifting masks as he saw fit. He was adept at reading hearts and had heightened perception, especially in the metaverse. And by the end of last year, he harnessed the public's faith in the Phantom Thieves, this massive shared power, to summon a bullet that could kill a god. Akira's strength was about inspiring people to stand together and fight.
as a wild card. I still haven't seen Goro fight with any persona besides Harewood. I figured he'd jump at the chance to diversify.
Well, we haven't really discussed it, but he seems to struggle using multiple personas as seamlessly as Joker did. You know how each of us can sense our persona's presence at all times? Me with Zoro, you with Goro Akechi. A wild card can normally feel them all, constantly.
Interesting.
But Akechi only uses them in battle, and almost reluctantly. He's clinging to Harewood and those past ties to Loki and Robin Hood.
I'm curious, too, about what became of them. It's unsettling to think a persona could just vanish.
Agreed. All that aside, Goro's focused on making people confront who they are head on. Faith and unity alone won't suffice this time. Not even a divine headshot. We need Goro's resolve if we want to defeat this other false god.
Say what you want about those two, but that's seriously badass. Don't tell him I said that.
Huh, too late.
Goro, you're finally awake!
Easy there. You're as pale as a ghost.
More like a ghost that just clawed his way out of hell.
That's not far off.
What happened?
Of course. Of course it would be like that.
You've been out for quite some time. What did you uncover?
More than I wanted. Less than I needed.
Enough with the suspense. Spill the beans!
I saw the truth. Or parts of it. The ugly details. Maruki buried. He really tried to... He actually... overwrote me. Like he did to Yoshizawa. That sick bastard.
No.
Called it.
He...
Take your time, Goro.
He fed me the idea that I could stop thinking. Just live in the moment, like I was just some cheap lapdog, an accessory for Akira's happiness. He didn't give a shit about me. Like all I'd ever accomplish otherwise was making Akira suffer. And I let him. Just like that. I didn't even fight it. Me! I let it happen, and I didn't even notice. I think I'm going to be sick. I love you. No one else can sway my heart. You made me question everything about myself, about what I want, and what I want is to be with you for the rest of my life.
Here, breathe, Goro.
That's horrifying. But now you're free, right?
Harewood broke you free from his influence?
Yes, he did.
Is there more? You look gravely distraught, as if you're holding something back.
Being brainwashed isn't a pleasant experience, but it was Neo's worst nightmare ever, so of course he's distraught.
Yes. Before any of that, there was something else. Someone else. I think. No, I know I wasn't supposed to be here in the first place. Turns out being dead didn't stop the universe from screwing with me. But it has nothing to do with Maruki. It's not relevant to our mission.
What do you mean before that?
You remember something else besides Maruki's brainwash?
Yes. I remember the exact moment I died. The shot in my heart. The pain. Blinding white. And what came after. But that's none of your business. As I said, it has no connection to Maruki. I'm sure of that.
You mean you retrieved your memories from the end of last year?
What happened then, if you say a bullet pierced your heart?
This silence is scary in itself, you know? You just have to get it over with, like ripping off a band-aid.
Akechi-kun, you shouldn't be moving yet. Your vitals are spiking dramatically. How do you feel?
Like absolute shit. Thank you for asking.
Water?
No. I'd just throw it up if I drink now. For fuck's sake. I'm going to tear it all down.
We get it. You're angry, but you need to tell us what you saw, Goro.
Fucking fate. Maruki. Those fucking gods. This fucking universe. I swear.
Language, Akechi-kun.
Come on, Mom, give him a break.
Excuse me?
Calm down, Goro. Take a breath.
His arch-nemesis is the universe itself. Cut him some slack.
Listen, little gremlin, you don't talk back to me, let alone in that tone of voice. LeBlanc can use more hands to wash up on the nights your anime is shown, you know.
No, got it, Captain. No talking back. Stored in core memory.
Are you all right, Goro?
Dr. Ishiki, the screen is spiking!
I know, but there's nothing I can do if Akechi-kun doesn't...
Can't you all just shut the fuck up for a second?
Goro, whether it's a matter of mistrust or if there's more to it, you're not alone in this. You need to tell us everything you know so that we can work together.
I'm with you, and I really believe in you. It's not about being phantom thieves, it's about being friends. Just believe in us, and we'll believe in you.
I should have died. But someone had other plans. I woke up in the velvet room. Mine. The courtroom. It was already there. But there were others this time, like Lavenza. 2 of them.
Are you saying... Who were they? You're sure it wasn't Lavenza?
The Velvet Room? Does that mean you actually survived the engine room?
No. I don't know. I can't remember their names. Damn it, what were their names? Whoever they are, they weren't allies. They weren't like Joker's precious Lavenza. I was discarded like garbage. A failed trickster. They called me. I wasn't even worthy of dying, apparently. I felt so fucking scared and powerless. They locked me away in some cosmic wasteland. I was completely alone for who knows how long.
What was it, Goro? Some kind of limbo?
Don't know. It was similar to Mementos, but there was nothing but silence. And just silence. I couldn't feel Loki or Robin Hood anymore.
I've never heard of such a place. But the Velvet Room would never turn against a trickster. What you saw probably wasn't the Velvet Room's master. It was the usurper, Yaldabaoth.
The usurper took the exact appearance of your master?
Yes. Akira was fooled by him the same way. and those two others could have been Lavenza's divided halves before Joker saved her and fused them back into one. Yaldabaoth made sure to cover his tracks, erasing Lavenza's memories, and mine, in the process.
I won't lie, this whole big mess is giga confusing to me. I try hard, I promise, but...
Indeed. It's almost as if the more I try to focus on the details of this velvet room, or what you're saying, the less it makes sense.
I admit, it's hard to fathom, but it's extraordinary, wouldn't you say? What else might we discover that we don't know? Other realms, dimensions beyond our perception? It's thrilling, isn't it?
Yeah, thrilling. Until the universe starts using you for target practice, like it's doing to Neo here.
There's something else.
For real?
I saw Akira.
What?
How could this be?
Or rather, I heard him, and all of you, fighting that so-called god of control. This place I was trapped in, it suddenly disappeared. I don't know how to say it, but at that moment, I really thought it was the end. But I could hear all of you. I could feel your presence, close to me. I felt pulled, like there was an immense force keeping me afloat.
Defying all logic and laws of physics, but poetic.
So the place you were locked in could have been part of the metaverse, or even Mementos. When we reached the Holy Grail, Mementos merged with the real world.
Hold on. If you were still conscious when we fought Yaldabaoth, even though the metaverse disappeared, doesn't that mean your survival isn't due to Maruki's actualization?
You call that survival? A consciousness drifting away, waiting to be forgotten. I call that a cosmic joke.
Goro...
I heard Akira wish I was there, and I wasn't. Because I wasn't alive. Because I was stuck in my own personal purgatory, while he took on a god.
It pertains to the question, what does it mean to be alive?
Mom.
It's even worse than I imagined.
Worse than you imagined? How so?
Goro, do you mean you would have preferred to just find your peace once Maruki is dealt with?
I remember. They said that if no one ever remembers me, I'll stay locked away until my fame fades. That's the fate I was destined to after everything I've done.
But you were remembered.
Someone didn't forget. Someone wished for me to be there. Like some twisted encore. Everything I've become is just because someone else remembered me. I'm just some memory someone holds of me, Maruki or not.
You're more than that, Goro. You get to decide the truth, don't you? Your actions have authentic, beautiful ramifications that no mere souvenir could provoke. Someone once told me, what matters is that we keep moving forward. Believe me, Goro, we won't let anything go against what we believe in.
You're goddamn right, Yusuke.
What happened after that? How did you end up here?
I don't know. Maybe Azathoth brought me back. Maybe I'm a walking cosmic error. Either way, I'm here. And now you know the truth, too. I should have stayed dead. But now that I'm not, there's no way I'm letting anyone decide what happens to me again. Those Velvet Room gods, fate, the universe. I don't care who I'm up against. Maruki tried to rewrite me. He failed. The only thing he accomplished was pissing me off even more. I'll tear reality apart piece by piece before I let anyone define me.
For now, you should rest. Your body's under serious strain, and you're not doing yourself any favors by pushing through sheer adrenaline.
I'm fine. Let's not waste any more time. First, we need to discuss that new encounter in the dream world and examine the map thoroughly. And then...
Akechi-kun, there is no first or let's until those encephalograms stop blaring at me. I won't let you fall apart on my watch.
Huh. That's surprisingly considerate of you, Dr. Ishiki.
Hey, what's with that tone? Be grateful you have such a genius on your team, or she'll drop the consideration real fast.
Fair enough. My apologies.
Now lie down and rest, would you?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't worry, Goro. We're with you, and we won't let Maruki or anyone else dictate our fate either.
Yeah, chosen ones or not, we choose our own future. You can rest for now, Neo. You went through a lot.
Futaba.
Don't let it go to your head. I'm just here to help you save the world. I'm going to check that map for you in the meantime, so when you wake up, no time's wasted.
These entities have no idea what they're up against. Your past decisions notwithstanding, Goro, you're a force to be reckoned with, you know?
We will figure it out no matter what. Everything you and we've been through won't be in vain. Our very existence is at stake.
Trembled divinities. For you have pissed off the world's most stubborn bastards.
Stubborn and fiercely resentful of any form of manipulation. We will carve our own path.
You're all unbelievable.
I'll ignore the language this time. But before you little heroes get carried away, please let Akechi-kun rest. This is no joke. He doesn't show it, but his vitals are a mess. Young man, stop thinking.
Oh, stop thinking. Sure. Let me call Ryuji for advice.
Oh, I'm definitely repeating that.
And I'll blow it way out of proportion. Poor Ryuji.
Yep, well, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
At least stop frying your brain while you're already on the edge of collapse.
Fine. Then, if no one objects, I'm going to pass out now.
Good night, Neo.
Hello, everyone. So, what's new?
Ah, Akechi. Glad to see you. Can I ask you something real quick?
Is it work-related?
Yeah, of course. Totally. Want to come with me to the break room?
Lead the way. So what is it?
You know how Christmas is coming, right? Well, I thought, actually, the entire team thought, why don't we make a calendar together? You know, like, the firefighters do? I was thinking, if you agree to be in it, it'll be a hit, right? With your popularity and all.
That's your idea?
To tell you the truth, it's not exactly mine. It's, listen, we're buddies, you and me, right? Right?
No, we're not. Are you done wasting my time?
Please, listen to me. There's this girl, gorgeous and amazing, and she's into me, like crazy. And I kinda like her vibe, you know? Long story short, she said she'd totally date me if I got a picture of Goro Akechi in his police uniform. Like, posing like the firefighters do.
So, you want a cheap pinup shot of me in uniform in order to impress a deluded woman who, I must add, seems more interested in me than you? And you seriously believed I'd be cooperative?
Well, I wouldn't put it like that.
Congratulations, Tanaka. Your imagination rivals your doltishness.
Thank you. Is that a yes then?
You're not exactly the brightest spark, are you?
Look, Akechi, you don't have to pose like, you know, like a pinup or anything. Just a portrait. Something simple. Nothing wrong with that, right?
No.
I can pay you. Name your price, whatever you want.
No.
Come on, man. You can't keep all the girls to yourself. You don't even like girls. Be fair for a second.
They're not objects, Tanaka. You're an embarrassment to the police force, which is quite a statement in itself.
Look,
Enough. I have actual work to do.
Like what? You solved all your cases. Can't you at least...
Tanaka, if that wasn't clear. I'd sooner volunteer for a lobotomy than humor this nonsense.
You're not cool at all. Isn't there really any beat in your cold heart for a desperate romantic soul? A photo? For a date? That's all I'm asking.
In that case, fine.
Really?
Give me this poor lady's number, and I'll make sure to send her any picture she requests. Myself. Would that work for you?
What? No, that's not the... If you do that, she will...
I thought it was what you desperately wanted from me.
Ugh. You know what? Forget it.
All right. Despite running dangerously low on it, try selling your own dignity next time, rather than mine. Trinity, I'm at work. Is this an emergency?
You completely obliterated him. It was a total KO. I got kicked for FKing my MOBA because I was too absorbed in your match against that police mob. So low level, though. Still good job.
Extremely low level indeed. Stress relief at best. Not much experience gained from this fight. Trinity, you know that eavesdropping on the police...
Akechi-kun, do you have a moment?
I have to go.
They're not objects, Tanaka. Pow! And I'd rather volunteer for a lobotomy. Can I steal that one from my fic?
Yeah. Sure. Only if Grey Pigeon gets to say it.
Deal.
Yes, Nijima-san.
Akira, you doing okay? You look kinda down. Akira, if something's on your mind, you need to speak up. This is affecting all of us, you know?
Akira-kun, it's been a while since we've seen each other outside of school. I really didn't want to pry, since you seem to avoid talking about personal stuff, but are you okay?
Yes, everything's fine. Sorry for the lack of news. I'm just a bit busy.
It's not just that. You look like you haven't slept for a week, you know. I'm concerned about you.
Just a little stress is all. Don't worry, your master will figure it out.
Oh, all right. Just remember I'm here for you if you need to talk.
Yuji mentioned you seemed stressed about your future, but I don't think that's it. It's because of Akechi-kun, isn't it?
No. If you must know, my plant died.
Your plant died?
Yeah, the houseplant I've had since moving to Tokyo. Mona reminded me to water it. Now it's dead.
I'm sorry. I know that's tough, but that can't be everything, can it?
Are you looking down on my grief? How could you possibly understand how I feel?
Akira, there's clearly more going on. You really need to deal with it. Talk to someone or do something. I'm worried.
Thanks. I'm gonna miss my train. See you around.
Come on, kid, you've barely touched your curry again. Gonna make me think you've lost your taste buds.
I just don't have much of an appetite these days, Sojiro.
These days? You've been down for more than a few days, Akira. And now Akechi's not coming anymore. Did you guys break up?
No, of course not.
You've been shutting everyone out lately, Akira-kun. What's going on?
It's complicated. I'd rather not drag you into it. How's the research going?
Well, I'm already dragged into it, young man. Futaba is devastated by your behavior and it affects everyone.
Wakaba.
Right. Sorry, it's not really my forte, and Futaba is... ugh.
Yeah, you're doing great. I'm no expert on teenage brains either, but we don't think we should blame him, you know.
All right, no blame. I can't help but worry. I know I'm not around a lot, but even I can see you're troubled. Did you at least enjoy that last party? With your friends and Akechi-kun?
Yeah, it was fine. It's just that time of the year, you know.
December? You mean with cold winter coming up and all?
Does Christmas have a negative connotation for you?
We're December the 4th already, and it's... Exams, high school wrapping up, all that.
Really?
We get it, Akira-kun. It's stressful, but Sojiro and I are here to help. If you're stuck on university choices or anything else, you only have to say the word.
I'd heard the University of Tokyo was practically begging for you. Is that not your plan anymore?
It's his decision, Sojiro. Maybe Akira-kun wants to explore other paths. What do you want, Akira-kun?
You have reached the voicemail of Goro Akechi.
You're so lucky. Lucky to be surrounded by teammates who acknowledge you.
Are you trying to scare me away? Hurt me so bad I'll just leave?
I haven't decided. It's a lot of pressure.
Right. Sorry, kid. Guess I forgot how suffocating all that can be. Look, from now on, if something's weighing on you, tell me. I might be out of touch, but I'm not useless. We'll figure it out together.
Exactly. Let us in, okay, Akira-kun? Anything you need.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Good. Now, do me a favor. Don't tackle your entire future on an empty stomach. At least finish half the plate before you leave.
All right.
Morgana, Maru, all of you. You're just a bunch of ungrateful hypocrites. Ungrateful hypocrites. You have. You owe to me.
Say, Akira-kun, since you asked about my research, could you help me shed light on something? Maybe it'll help you take your mind off everything else.
Sure. What is it?
I have this hypothesis that if someone could enter the collective unconscious and alter everyone's perceptions at once, they'd effectively change reality itself. What do you think?
Interesting. That's a big if, though, isn't it?
Of course it is. But think about it. Wouldn't it be terrifying if our entire reality had been changed without us even knowing?
I didn't know you went that far with your research. Isn't that more theological than scientific at this point?
I'm with Sojiro. Changing reality? That sounds like something only gods can do. They probably have their reasons, Wakaba-san. I'm not losing sleep over it, and neither should you.
What does it mean to be a politician with responsibility? Working toward personal gain without consideration of the country is outrageous. In order to save this country that has been tainted by villains, social reform is essential.
You know, Akechi, it doesn't matter if you're angry at me. You still need me as your confidant, don't you?
Yes. No matter how I see it, I'm still just a pawn, aren't I?
Exactly. That's the fate of the chosen. But think about this. Your hatred of me is what drives you. Always has been. Without me, you'd be no better than those mindless puppets out there.
That's just arrogant drivel from someone who hasn't learned a damn thing. I've changed.
Ha. Is that so? Maruki showed you a perfect world, but you still refuse it. Face it, you're a sucker for pain.
You made me this way, I have to admit. I take pride in knowing the Phantom Thieves aren't your biggest failure. I am.
Huh. And yet you're the world's superhero now. You're still my son. Grandeur runs in your blood, whether you like it or not.
My current mission, this new purpose, has nothing to do with you. Stop hovering over every step I take. Akira, say something before I lose it and shoot him.
Oh, so now you need my help.
What's that supposed to mean?
I was under the impression that I was just a part-time Bond, summoned and discarded at your leisure.
That's not true. I always need you. I always want you by my side.
Not so sure. Convince me.
Especially in that form. You're so attractive. I can barely contain myself.
I'm getting bored of your little cat and mouse routine, though. I prefer it when you're the one chasing after me.
But I'm always chasing you. I crave you every day. Is this really you in the cognitive world? Because if so, maybe we could, you know.
Sneak away to a safe room? Wonder if it's different when I'm dressed like this. Hmm?
I won't lie. I've thought about it. It's been so long and...
All you have to do is ask.
Come here, Joker. You're not gonna say no, are you?
Go ahead, make it a spectacle. I don't mind being in the front seat.
Joker. Joker? You're so... Wait. Harry?
Huh? Goro, you okay? You were just squeezing me to death.
Mom?
Was that a nightmare?
No, I'm fine. I just, need a shower. Go back to sleep.
Right. Sure. You were making weird noises, though.
It's your imagination.